afternoon, everybody. I'm Charles Knuffke, and we're here at the DLM Code Ready Pod at LIGHTFAIR 2017. So we wanted to make sure that if people didn't have experience with DLM, that there was a place that they could come and actually be able to play with the controls and understand how simple DLM really is. So we've got a room controller that in this case is controlling just a single light, and we've got a wall switch occupancy sensor that's been set up so one button functions as an off and another button functions as an on. This is a great small room application, and in addition to that, we've actually got a wireless transmitter to one of the plug load receptacles, so we can be able to turn those loads on and off automatically based on the wall switch occupancy sensor. So that's a small room, but what we might also have on that same floor is a couple of larger rooms where we have multiple lighting loads in the space. We need to go to same room controller, but with two relays, a ceiling mount occupancy sensor, a photo cell, and the dimmers to be able to control each of those loads. In addition, we wanted to add a scene switch so that we'd be able to make scene changes. So by hitting one button, I can change the lighting loads so that one of them goes down and the other goes up, and then if I change my mind, I can hit another button and I can reverse that particular scene. Sometimes though, things come up on the job where you need to be able to respond quickly, and one of the requests that might come up is, I want to have a single button that controls all these loads on or off. Well, the way that we used to do that is we'd have network bridges that connected over MSTP wire from room to room. What we're really excited about here at LIGHTFAIR 2017 is being able to show off wireless versions of those bridges. So those bridges communicate to what we call a border router, and this sets up a group ID between all these bridges so that they can communicate. So because of that, I can now have a single button that when I press it, it can turn all the lights off and turn all the lights on. It's important to understand that all these lights are not connected together via Cat5. The connection between these rooms is really happening over that wireless communication capability. So this represents really about the idea of being ready for IoT, about being able to share information, making it easier for installation, and be able to really be future ready. So a DLM installation that went in last year or a couple of years before, we can update that to a network solution by now just adding wireless bridges in those spaces and be able to add a border router to talk to a group of those rooms. Thank you everybody for joining us at LIGHTFAIR 2017 at the DLM Code Wide Pod.